Today's artist of the day, Anthony Rhyne. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today in this fine morning? I am getting over allergies still. You know, we love Georgia weather. But we're moving forward with our work. This is actually our 70th video on Artists of the Day, bro. We've done 70, which is kind of insane. But I've only done I think this will be my 14th this year. So I really got to pick up the pace on this one. Hope we're all doing well. Today, this artist that we're reviewing has actually been on my list for like a minute. And I do believe I followed them on Instagram for quite some time. I've been scouting. I felt like it was finally time to review him. Anthony Rhyne. How did I find him? Hell if I don't. I can't tell you how long ago I was, so I don't remember. Usually I think it's from... I think he either liked my story once, or like he followed me. I don't know, one of the two. And sure enough, I checked him out and saw that he does make music. And we're gonna learn more about him. We're gonna listen to some tracks. And we're gonna see what we think about him. If you guys missed the last video, I recently did a review on Amelia Day's new single, "Make a Move." So please go check that out. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty neat. If you're new to the Artist of the Day series, this is pretty much how it works. We take an artist, listen to 5 songs from him. It's usually 5, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 3. But we'll listen to 5. And then we'll talk about what we like, what we don't like, and at the end give them a rating and go from there. If you want to listen to any of the songs that we review in this video, a link to his music and his Instagram will be down below. Be sure to go check him out, go support him. But before we do anything and we play any songs, we have to read the Spotify bio to learn more about him. It's a hefty paragraph, but I'm excited. Anthony Rhyne is a professional singer and songwriter from Memphis, Tennessee, with a smooth, powerful, and silky sound like the 90s R&B. Okay, shout out to people in Memphis. Actually, my dad's side of the family is actually from Memphis, Tennessee, so shout out to them. He is inspired by legendary artists such as Michael Jackson, Joe, Brian McKnight, and Music Soul Child. At the age of 13, he began to write and record. By the time he was 18, he was an R&B threat, outperforming and crushing open mics with small venue shows. Anthony Rhyne is a writer, composer, and most of all, an all-around gifted artist. His music is a soulful mix of R&B, pop, and neo-soul. Anthony Rhyne is deemed as the next artist to make it out of Memphis because of his raw talent. Anthony Rhyne has opened for Life Jennings and Sammy. Anthony Rhyne released his debut single, "Come Party," early 2019, a mid-tempo ballad that showcases his vocals and songwriting abilities. Soon after the release of "Come Party," Anthony Rhyne released his self-titled EP, Anthony Rhyne, which features his new single, "Vibing," a smooth 90s R&B style ballad that gets anyone in the mood to groove. Anthony Rhyne's biggest accomplishment as a singer and songwriter so far is being published and verified by Instagram. He's no sleeper in the R&B world as he draws comparisons from fellow living legends such as Tank, Keith Sweat, Usher, and Brian McKnight, critics say. So, it's a lot of Anthony Rhyne names, Jesus Christ. But, okay, that intrigues me more. It's good to know. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear this. He does pull some pretty... I mean, he does have like 1,000 monthly listeners, which is so much more than mine. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. We will see what is so special about Mr. Anthony Rhyne. First track we will listen to is titled "Healing."
But everybody's playing games. If you wanna know what, I have to stop playing. There ain't no love in the club. I need healing, affection.
It's a vibe.
It's hard
It's
for
definitely a
me to
vibe.
show. I'm still in love with you, baby.
His voice is very smooth. All right, first song. I mean, that was cool. A lot of good things. A lot of good things I hear. First of all, his voice is very, very smooth. Fucking hell. It was really good stuff I heard from him in terms of vocally. The beat though, while I do like the atmosphere created around it, it's a very dark, stereotypically R&B type atmosphere. It's just bland. It's like there's nothing the beat's just so bland, and his lyrics and his terms of his songwriting in this song, in this instance, is so not necessarily amateur, but it's very like that. There's nothing to really dig into to make it stand out to me. His voice sounds great. His singing sounds great. The mixing on the song is great, but the beats very bland hi hats. Nothing really making it like pop. It feels like you're kind of just in a dark room staring at a wall, listening to the atmosphere, and that's really it. There's nothing that really makes it memorable. It kind of feels very stagnant. But his voice is very nice, and I think songwriting. I think if you're gonna make a beat like that, something in your lyrics has to be make sense. But it was kind of, it almost felt like he was kind of riffing lyrics and just more showcasing his singing. So it was a cool. It wasn't a bad song, but I think it's all right. There's nothing I'm hearing that's really making it stand out for me. So I'll probably have to come back to that one. Next track is titled "Soft Girl Life." Okay.
Come here, baby, please. I'm here to make it easy on you. Get me all stressed out. All I could think about.
I want to keep it real. He's doing well. I'm not a big fan of like hi hats in R&B. Like it's like not like those the trap R&B hi hats that they do now. That's just a personal preference. That's not even like a saying it's performed bad in the song. That's just me. I don't like that because I think it takes the soul out of like the soul R&B. Funny enough, but that's just my thing. So I'm not a big fan of that. But so far, everything else though, I'm liking so far.
Feels like a brand new love. I like my
It's vibey though.
I'll treat you like a queen. I give you a soul.
What does that mean? Like I think I know what it means. What does that mean?
Ain't no rush. It's just us.
Yeah. 21. 21. 21. 21. Again, that one I like a lot. His vocal performance is solid. Very smooth. The sentiment is sweet. Very romantic. The beat was a pick-me-up. Definitely a pick-me-up from the last song. But again, it felt like it did drag on for a long time. Because he does sound like he's just riffing at points, at moments in this song. And the plus, it does feel very stagnant like the other one. But it does not take away from his performance. His performance is still very good on there. I like it. It did drag on towards the latter half. I feel like if that was like condensed a little bit more, that actually would have been pretty good. It's still a pretty good song though. I definitely picked me up from Healing. So we're moving in the right direction. Next track is titled "Get Somebody Else to Do It."
Get somebody else to
What
do
the
it.
fuck?
Somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it.
Okay.
Get somebody else to do it. I waited on my time.
Okay.
Get somebody else. How you saying that you love me, but you really hate my nigga? How you saying that you left this shit in the bank? Your hoe wanna fuck me. I told that bitch.
21. Why he sound like a fusion of like 21 Savage and like Moneybagg Yo, like a little bit, or like a little bit of Yo Gotti. What the fuck?
They
Big
tryna set me up.
Gotti.
And your bitch wanna done. You niggas might call it tricky, but I ain't buy number chicken.
Okay.
Can't do this shit by yourself. These niggas, she with a rep. I think that they need some help.
Ooh. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah. Get somebody else to do it. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Okay. So that was interesting. Because again, there's a lot of good things I like about that. And there's a lot of things that I think are very rough around the edges. First of all, beat choice is very solid. A very 21 Savage type, like that kind of dark rap. That was a very interesting change of pace. Kind of my first time hearing him rap. Chorus was catchy. But in terms of rapping, and I also like his voice. He has a good voice, like rapping voice. it's smooth, but it has a different tone to it. It has a rougher tone to it that I like. It fits the darkness of the beat really, really well. But again, kind of the same issues that I'm hearing in his singing. It sounds like he's freestyle. It sounds like he's a freestyled. It sounds like it's it's some of them parts are offbeat. Some parts sound like, again, it just sounds like he's kind of just spitting off the top all the time. And there's no real direction. And I'm not saying any direction. Nothing's wrong with freestyling, but there's no direction I'm hearing. Like, the chorus is probably, and like 80% of the song is chorus, which I don't mind. It's catchy. It fits the vibe, fits the dark motivational energy, but everything sounds so, if he's actually writing it, his pen is underwhelming. It's not meeting the moment with everything else, I feel like. But it's still catchy, which is it is a highlight for me. Next track is titled Vibing. I think it's its most streamed song, actually. So we back on our singing. Oh, we on our T-Pain. That's a little bit out of tune right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. Yes. Yes. The piano in the background is great. Oh my God. I like the piano a lot. I like that. I'm a fan of that one. I like that. I like that a lot. That's hard. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was hard. That I actually like. I like that one a lot. That's actually, say it with me here if you know the words. That's going on the playlist. That everything about that was great. The beat was interesting. It changed and moved as the song progressed. There was one awkward transition towards the end, but besides that, I like the keys, the dissonant keys at the beginning. The drums were a nice, interesting thing. The little keys and chimes that would come in every once in a while. That piano run is beautiful. The layering on his voice was done really, really well. The mixing was really good. Flows are good. The lyrics sounded more coherent and sounded like they had more direction. Yeah, that's definitely that's a favorite of mine so far. And the final track we shall listen to today is titled Humble.
Never let your love know.
Never let him. Oh
Never
God.
let your let 'em think that you're wrong. Living with no hope.
Yeah.
Think that you're
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ran my bands up and moved out. When I got to Atlanta, shit started to get better.
Hey, shout out to ATL, you heard?
Promise, running up these five.
Chopper say like it's a Della. Money, violence, go together. It's a long ass verse. He's flowing right now. Chopper say like it's a Della. Money, violence, go together. Potato labels on my sweater. 10 manga bitch to make me sweater. Cold hearted, I'm a stepper. These niggas hot, jalapeno pepper. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some of these lyrics are really corny. Okay, his flow is great, but come on, son. Really? Really? Remember, I was doing free shows. Now they gonna pay me to do shows. Obviously, it sounds better than that because he can actually sing and I can't. But come on, man. The pen needs work. I'm gonna say that right now. His flow right now is he is making this bitch come to life. I'm loving that.
But I'm gonna kill him with kindness. New watch, perfect timing. I'm shining hard with the diamonds.
Okay.
I stay with them. They laughed at me when I was broke. They laughed at me when I had no hope.
Yeah. Shining. Ooh. That's mean. Ugh. That was tight. That was tight. Again, that was a highlight actually. You know what? We gonna do it. That's definitely going on the playlist. His flows were kind of the highlight of that song. The beat it was a very kind of the guitars were nice, but it was a very simple trap beat. It really, obviously you guys saw me rapping Monday Violence Go get like it reminded me of that song a lot in terms of like flow wise, but it was cool. Thematically, kind of the same thing he's been going about. Lyrically, I say it's just that there's not really much to dig into. But it does feel like there was better direction. But I do like the fact how the beat changed when was everything was in reverse towards the end. He was still going to the chorus, and then it transitioned back out. I thought that was a really neat moment. I feel like he also could have did that more throughout the song to actually add some more variation. But that was a cool element. I liked it a lot. That was dope. Transitions were smoother. Mixing was better. Yeah, overall, this was another highlight for me. All right, that was Anthony Rhyne. How am I feeling about him overall? I do believe he does have raw talent for sure. I believe he's definitely better at his singing. His singing is very, very smooth. I think definitely his strong. That's definitely his strongest attribute. His voice being so as smooth as it is, even his voice, how his voice sounds in his rapping. I think once he capitalizes on and fixes a lot of certain things, he could be really, 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 really good. Some of the things that I like the most about him would be the fact of, again, how smooth his voice is, the control. I would have loved to see him honestly adventure more into his range more, like throughout. I feel like he did kind of stay in one range, and if he's good at that range, that's where he is. But I would love to see what he would sound like. And obviously, I've only listened to 5 songs, so there's probably songs in his discography where he does that. But I would love to see him expand his range more. I would love to see him go up higher and see what he would do there. His taste in instrumentals can be pretty good. I know the songs we listen to, they're very, very hit or miss at times, but his taste in instrumentals is pretty good. Topically talking about, love, healing, the come up, the grind, this, that, and the third. But despite as good as those moments are, there's some serious pitfalls that I'm hearing, that I feel like is kind of hindering him from taking him to the next level and making him really stand out. While yes, he is talented at singing, the biggest pitfall I'm hearing is topically in terms of anything he's talking about. There's in his pen, in terms of his songwriting, there's nothing really there most of the time, and on the times that it is there's nothing that's making it stand out. Like, there's a lot of people that talk about, I was poor and now I'm rich. There's a lot of times when people didn't support me and now I was, and I got my money up and I got this and I did this. What makes your thing different is the kind of the hardest thing that we all have to do, regardless of music, because I have to do the same thing. I have to storytell about certain things in the same way, in a different way, to make me stand out from anybody. What makes his experience different? And right now, from the times when he actually does write something that doesn't sound riffy or incoherent or kind of hard to follow in terms of like thematically, I think that's kind of the biggest thing I'm hearing is that but once he gets that down, I think that'll honestly fix all the other problems, because he's very good at flow when he actually has space for words. Like, again, Humble, the flow was kind of the highlight of that song. Topically, some of the bars were corny, but his voice was so smooth, good control, good effect. Vibing was like the kind of like his best song, which is interesting that was his first song. That kind of a lightning in the bottle moment. I do wonder if he can recapture something like that. Soft Girl Life and Healing kind of had very bland instrumentals, and due to the fact of him not his vocals sounding riffy, it really sucked the life out of those 2 songs at times, and it made them feel more like a task to listen to. Get somebody else to do it is the one that's very rough around the edges. It's very a dark rap trap beat that I like a lot, but it's so, everything feels so choppy and all that stuff. So that's kind of like my biggest thing that I'm hearing all around, because all these songs, some of they range from like different years, so it's not even me being like, this is old or this is new. I listened to Vibing, which is his first song in 2020. Get somebody else to do it is his most recent release. Healing is recent after that. Everything else was in 2022, so this is all recent. So there's a lot of good things I'm hearing, and there's a lot of things that he needs to work on. But overall, I am intrigued to see where he goes, because he could end up fixing all these things, and then he end up being a really big star out of Memphis. I can see the possibility of it, because he does have a good voice in terms of be rapping or singing. Just I think he needs to work out the kinks of what makes him different and make him not sound like everybody else, and get a more coherent direction from that point. And from there would be pretty good. I was to give him a rating out of 10. I would give him a decent to strong 5. Again, lots. If you like him, like if you, I understand what the appeal of him. There's even like I'm gonna go back and listen to Vibing. That's gonna be a great song. Humble, I'll even listen to. Soft Girl Life, I'll probably revisit too. I just think that there's just lots of things to be worked on. He's very rough around the edges, but the raw talent is absolutely there. So I absolutely see what is being said around that. I think just more refining, and we should be good to go. If you want to check out any of the songs we listened to in their entirety, link down below to his music and his Instagram. Go support him. Go give him a follow. Go listen to his stuff. If you like R&B and all that stuff, this will be down your alley because he actually is pretty talented. While you're down there, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos with your friends, please. More eyes on this, more eyes on the artist, and all that fun jazz. If you want your music reviewed, all you gotta do is down below, along with the links to his stuff, is a link to my Instagram accounts, the podcast, and my personal. Follow both, and then subscribe. And then all you gotta do is either account, just message me what song you want me to review. It could be a song, a track, an artist of the day thing like this, an album, an EP. It could be your friend's music, it could be whoever's music. As long as it's of quality, I will review it. But I have a lot of people on the list, so the sooner you send it in, the better. That being said, today's artist of the day was Anthony Rhyne. Stay safe. Take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.